Hello, my name is Terry Taylor. For 20 years, I have sold structured settlements. During that period, I worked exclusively with plaintiff attorneys and plaintiffs like yourself to help protect their settlements. Over the years, I've referred some of those clients to Strategic Capital and have seen firsthand their integrity and how they treat their clients. In 2002, while I was president-elect of the National Structured Settlement Trade Association, we did an in-depth study of companies that purchased structured settlements. Those companies are called factoring companies. The practices we uncovered led Congress to pass a law designed to protect people selling their structured settlement by regulating how factoring companies may purchase structured settlements. What we learned could save you tens of thousands of dollars and endless headaches. Over the next 10 minutes, I'm going to share with you the information we learned. All factoring companies are in the business to make money, as is Strategic Capital. However, the terms of the agreement, the length of time it takes to complete the deal, and the amount of money each company tries to make off the purchase can vary greatly. Strategic Capital earns its money by helping clients, not by taking advantage of them. That's why the Consumer Attorneys of California told their members in a letter, Strategic Capital is an annuity purchase organization that operates in a principled fashion and that is open to feedback. That is why CAOC chooses Strategic Capital if a structure needs to be sold. Keep in mind that television, radio, and internet advertising cost a lot of money, and those companies have to buy a lot of structured settlements at a very profitable price to pay for those massive ad campaigns. Strategic Capital doesn't use television or radio advertising. Unlike those companies you see on TV, Strategic Capital will not try to convince you to sell your settlement, but if you need to, the company's experts will work with you to find the best solution for you and try to minimize how much of your structure you need to sell. Most clients are referred from plaintiff attorneys and structured settlement brokers who are trying to help one of their clients who is in a financial bind. When you need money and you need it fast, it's easy to just focus on getting the money you need, even if it's a bad deal. I'm going to share with you the things that you need to know when choosing a company to buy your structured settlement payments. Now, what is the process? The first thing a company is going to ask you is how much money do you need, or if there are certain payments that you want to sell. They'll probably ask you to send them a copy of your annuity policy so they will have the exact dates and amounts to be able to calculate how much they will offer you for your payments. Be careful of those companies that call you too frequently during this period or who push too hard to get you to make a decision. If a company is constantly calling you, that's an indicator that they may be more interested in their profit than in your well-being. If you accept their offer, they will send you an application and contracts that have all the conditions of the purchase. The company is then required by law to have a hearing before a judge to request that the purchase be approved. Now, a lot of companies will tell you that the fact that the sale will ultimately be approved by a judge proves you've gotten a good deal. Unfortunately, that isn't what it means at all. It only means that your transaction has been approved, and it tells the insurance company to send your payments to the buyer. When the judge approves the purchase, the company will then make your lump sum payment. It sounds like a simple process, but any deal involving tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars is not simple. The legal fees can run up to $3,000 or more. Most companies will make you pay the legal fees, effectively reducing what you are receiving for your structured. Strategic Capital pays all the legal fees. Do you remember all the legal papers and the conditions when you originally settled your lawsuit? The contracts when you sell your settlement are no less complicated or important, and don't let anyone tell you different. How long will it take for me to get my money? Strategic Capital will have a quote back in your hands within 24 hours of receiving your information. If you agree to move forward, you will have the contracts in your hands the next business day after providing all the information that is needed from you. There's normally a hearing before a judge within 4 or 5 weeks from the time you send back all the signed contracts. How fast this part of the process moves depends on how quickly you provide the information we need. Because of the court set the date for the hearing, It is always possible that there can be delays that are beyond the company's control. That said, Strategic Capital has the reputation of being one of the quickest in the business at getting you the money you need. It's not uncommon for some companies to take several months to set a hearing, so check out the company's reputation for how quickly they navigate the legal system for approval. How much will you pay for my structured settlement? A company determines how much they will pay you for your future payments by calculating their present value. They do this by applying a discount factor to the future payments. That discount factor is like the interest you pay on a loan. It reduces the value of the future payments by an assumed interest rate. If you have a $100,000 lump sum payment due in 5 years and the company uses a 22% discount factor, then they would pay you $33,620 for that payment. A 12.5% discount factor would make the payment to you $53,700 for the same $100,000 lump sum. That's 60% more than the 22% discount rate and an extra $20,000 for you and your family. The lower the discount rate the company uses, the better for you. Who services those payments should be every bit as important to you as the amount that a company will pay for your settlement. Many life insurance companies will not break up your payments and send 2 checks. If they have $1,000 a month coming and you sell 500 of that, someone will have to receive the $1,000 check from the insurance company and then send you your $500. Whoever does that is servicing the payments. If the company you are dealing with insists on servicing the payments, you should be careful. If that company has financial struggles in the future, it could mean a delay in receiving your payments. If that company later files bankruptcy, you could not only receive the payments you sold, you could lose the part you didn't sell. Strategic Capital pays an independent third party to service the payments so that your financial future is not tied to Strategic Capital. The independent company receives the payments and then sends Strategic Capital their $500 and you your $500. You're completely protected. Now, what if you want to sell more payments in the future? When the purchasing company is servicing the payment and you want to sell an additional portion of your settlement, they can refuse to make a payment to another factoring company. That makes them the only company that purchased any future payments you would like to sell. That also means they do not have to worry about competing with other companies. Strategic Capital has actually had to go to court to force some of the companies you see on TV to let one of their clients sell more of their structured payments to Strategic Capital for a much higher price than those companies were offering. There are some other danger areas that you need to be aware of. One is the typical bait and switch. Unscrupulous companies will make an offer, and then after you've signed everything, they will tell you they will not be able to pay you the amount that they had agreed to. At this point, they feel that you are so deep into the process and need the payment so badly that you will agree to take less. If this happens to you, don't argue or negotiate, but run, because the company has shown you that they are not be trusted. Many companies will lowball you with their first offer. These guys shoot a low offer to see if you accept. And then when you get a higher offer, they want you to trust them to beat the competition, but only if they have to. I'm not talking about a couple of $1,000s here because there's always a little room to negotiate. I'm talking about big increases in relation to what you were originally offered. A reputable company will always give you a fair up front. Finally, only sell as much of your structure as you need to in order to get the amount of money you need. Beware of companies that push you to sell them more of your structure than you need to. Strategic Capital's experts will work with you to help find ways for you to minimize the amount of the future payments you need to sell, not maximize them for the company's gain. Selling your structured settlement may be one of the 2 or 3 most significant financial decisions you make. Take the time to be sure you're dealing with an ethical company, because a successful transaction can mean an easier life for you and your family. An uninformed decision with the wrong company can lead to a significant financial loss. Strategic Capital is a factoring company that operates with integrity and ethics that are not shared by many companies in the factoring industry. Company experts will answer all of your questions and see that you know what you are getting when you sell your structure. Take advantage of Strategic Capital's knowledge and ethical treatment of its clients, because with too many companies in this industry, every transaction is a case of seller beware. Give Strategic Capital a call or go to the website and trust Strategic Capital's experts to help.